Dad and I are going up against each other, rebuilding two newly promoted teams to the Premier League. I am becoming the manager of Southampton, who, let's face it, have been awful this season. While Dad is Ipswich, who remember beat his beloved Spurs. But there's a twist because we have given both clubs a tycoon takeover, meaning we have some money to spend. In our quest to build these teams in hyperspeed to see how well we can do across 5 seasons. And here is your reminder how points are won and lost in versus rebuilds. Dad, today we're taking over the 2 worst teams in the Premier League on FM. I mean, Southampton, don't get me wrong, are the worst team in the Premier League. We've all seen how bad they've been this season.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But I think Ipswich have actually done an alright job so far. I think they've done themselves proud.
Yeah, they've done well, but they've just been a little bit unlucky, especially near the end. There's a few games, but then they still beat more Spurs, didn't they? So
they did, yeah. So what we've decided to do is, because they have the worst teams in Football Manager, is give them a bit of a chance. We're going to do a 5-year rebuild with Southampton and Ipswich with tycoon takeovers. So we have a little bit of money to play around with, and in season number 1 we had a good amount of money to play around with as well. So I gave you the option, you chose to be Ipswich.
Yeah, I wanted to be the tractor boys. It's always something I always find that I like a team for, and I've always had a soft point for Ipswich. Paul Mariner, that's all I've got to say. I used to watch Paul Mariner at Plymouth all the time, so when he moved to Ipswich, I followed him still there. So
do you know why he's lying, right? Because you used to work with Mickey Evans' brother. Mickey Evans used to play for Argyle and Southampton. You just thought Southampton are that bad.
But the difference was,
and they have Arsenal, and they have Arsenal's old keeper, and I'll get stick for it.
Let me finish it. Mickey Evans. Me and you used to go and watch Argo, and we used to give Mickey Evans stick to me. I never liked Mickey Evans as a striker. I like Paul Mariner as a striker.
Does his brother know that?
Yeah, I told him loads of times. I said, I was just saying, you'd have take your brother out and give him some jumping practice of how he can jump and header a ball.
Fair enough. But anyway, that means that I am Southampton, unfortunately for me. But let's have a look then. So let's start with the Southampton transfer window as we look on at Dad's favourite Arsenal goalkeeper. I spent quite a bit of money in that midfield. I think that is Southampton's big weakness this season, or certainly on FM, is the squad they've got. They've lost a lot of players recently in their midfield. So I've brought in Czech Decore from Crystal Palace. I think taking a player away from somebody who could be a relegation rival was also quite intelligent. And I think I like him as well because he's good at tackling, good at passing, decent first touch. A lot of 15s and 14s in there. Physically, he's not amazing, but he's not bad. But he's also only 23.
Yeah.
So he's got a little bit of improvement in there. All right, it cost me 61 million. This is what we're talking about. We've got the money to spend it. Then, James Garner. Same thinking. I'm taking Everton's best centre midfielder on the game, or one of at least. Fantastic player. Again, only young, can grow and develop, and we've seen him grow and develop into a quality player. Plays in midfield. Look at this. Wolves taking one of their strikers. Now, I do have a plan with Sasha Kaladzic because, of course, he is a very specific type of striker. He's 6'7" and he's great in the air. That's kind of all he's good at the minute. But I haven't spent that much money on him, okay? So only £20 million bringing him in. But to go up front with him is a Wonyi, who is a lot more of a powerful, pacey striker who can get on to the knockdowns that Kaladzic has given him. So 26 years of age, holds good value. We always find a Wonyi. If he has a good season, you can sell him. Then finally, Pascal Struijk, a left-footed centre-back in there. Now, the centre-backs that Southampton have, one of them's quite young, Harwood Bellis. The other one is Jack Stevens. Tall point lad.
Yeah.
Lives near the area. Not very good on the game, unfortunately. I apologise. Yeah, Jack. But yeah, you're not very good on the game. So I'm nailing in Harwood Bellis. And Struijk goes next to him, hopefully, because he's left-footed, instead of Jan Bednarak, who, again, is not quite as good. But there's Jackie boy, Jack Stevens. I'm sorry, mate, but no. Harwood Bellis, you give him a bit of game time, he will be a better player. Might be married into Roy Keane's family. That's still up for debate. A lot can change in the Keane family in a short space of time. So good luck to you, mate. But anyway, so hopefully Pascal Struijk goes in there. But if I did do the best 11 pick, we're going for a 4-4-2. We're trying to survive this season. I'm going for defensive wingers because they don't necessarily have a lot of attacking threats. It's a terrible team in this league. So Sugawara is more of a right back, but he can play naturally as the right midfielder. So I'm kind of giving him that role. I think it's a good role for him, to be honest. Brereton Diaz can play left midfield. There's a couple of good options, to be honest, on that left-hand side. Ryan Frazier being another one who actually, as a workhorse, is very good in a defensive winger role. So I kind of think they suit this style of play. Garner in a Carolero and Decore from that DM. Maybe that's kind of too defensive, but we'll see. And then we've got a Wonyi and Kaladzic up front. Now, options coming off the bench. There is the likes of Cameron Archer, Adam Lallana, Pornoachu if he does ever get some game time. Cornet is another left midfielder. There's nobody that's going to blow your socks off, I don't think, in this Southampton team. It's all about trying to establish ourselves as a mid-table side with the money that we have spent. Okay, Dad, with this Ipswich side, who I think actually it's not that bad.
No.
In considering we are using the updated database, which doesn't really mess around with a lot of player attributes. They actually got an alright team.
Yeah. I just felt I really needed just to strengthen the squad more than anything, really.
Your favourite saying, that is.
Well, it is because that's what I try and do, isn't it? I'm more of a squad person. You sort of buy one player or two players for certain roles.
Yeah. So
I've gone for the spine of the team again, which is what I do quite a lot. I felt that Leeds missed it on last season, so it was a good time to come in for him. Really got him quite cheap. I felt 22 million because
good.
He does get better in the game, I feel, as well.
Adam Webster, this is controversial. Somebody said to you spent £50 million on a Brighton player. I reckon Adam Webster is probably the 25th guess that they will give you.
Yeah. He's good on two-footed. I think he's a strong boy there as well. He likes to come out with the ball as well. I think he's a good defender, so yeah, I'll get him in there.
Okay, and then we've got Boubacar Kamara. I rate this signing.
Yeah.
For sure. In fact, the next two signings, three.
I think he's a very strong DM. And that's what I've got him in for, to lock up that sort of position for me, really.
I remember before he went to Villa, there was talks that he was going to go to Manchester United. So I think he went to Villa on a free, didn't he?
Yeah.
There was talks he was going to go to Manchester United. I really wanted him. I really wanted him to join because I think he's a quality player.
Marseille, he's an unsung hero, I think. You don't hear a lot of him, but he just does the job, doesn't he?
Very good.
Yeah.
Schlotterbeck as well.
I do like this player.
This is good sign.
Yeah, I do sign this player quite a lot, really, for this one position because I feel that he's
left-sided player.
Yeah, that's why. Very good left-footed, and he will do the job for you as well.
He's got great mental attributes
for
being. I mean, he's 15 for passing anyway. He brings the ball out of defence, tries long range passes, so he sets your wingers free. I find in this. But his bravery and composure is high.
I mean, he's only 23 as well.
Yeah.
And I find that, you get him in for a 5-season challenge and that position, that left-sided centre-back is sorted for you.
Locked down, for sure. And then finally, one of our favourites out of the worst team in football altogether, not even just Football Manager, in world football, the Rats, Ren Amingori.
This guy can do a job in two places for me. He's either your winger or your striker. So if I decide to go for wingers, I've got a really good winger. But if I decide to stick one up front or two up front, he'll do that side of job for me as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do like this player as well. And like I just said for the last one, he's only 23, but he gets better.
Absolutely. So tactically then, you've bought the players in. Where do they fit in? Because you've just bought a winger.
And I got Delap there, and I wanted to lock Delap in because he took that position every time. But I wanted Delap actually in that position. So he'll either go in the striker or when Delap gets injured. So there he goes. He goes into the right-hand side of my team, really. And he is right-footed.
Yeah.
I'm quite happy with that team. I feel that's quite strong. Phillips there is my sort of like...
Good old Calvin.
He's one of those players...
He is good on FM, though.
Yeah, he's a Marmite player, isn't he?
Yeah.
And I sort of like, I don't know whether I do or don't. I'll just find out. I'll go with him being in that position because on FM, he is good in that position.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm quite happy with this team. I feel I've got a sort of very narrow, and I'm just going to go for sort of a balanced sort of technique with it as well to see how it goes.
All right.
I'm not expecting too much this season. I've got sort of like a good squad, I feel.
Yeah.
But... I'd be disappointed if I don't finish the top half.
Okay. Well, you started off really well because currently you're in second place. That's because you've won all 3 games and then beat Plymouth Argyle. And Mickey Evans is crying.
Yeah.
But you beat Liverpool, first game of the season, which is the first game in the Premier League. Connor Chaplin with an 87th minute. What I like about this, Dad, you haven't conceded a goal.
No.
You've only won 1-0, and 2 of the goals were late. Schlotterbeck got a 97th minute against Villa.
So he's already got me 3 points.
Yeah. Amingori got you another 3.
Yeah.
So
that's 2 good sightings there.
Yeah, and Amingori also got you through the next round of the cup because you got 2 against Argyle. You've had an unbelievable start to the season. It's really, really good. Really impressive. Let's see, though. Southampton, I haven't been too bad either. I lost 1-0 to Aston Villa. It was an away game. Correa scored in the 5th minute. But Forest 3-0, happy with that.
Yeah,
Wolves,
definitely,
relegation candidates to go down 2-0. And Bristol City, so both of us have played somebody in the southwest, and I knocked out Bristol City.
I mean, the good thing is the teams that we know are going to be around us, we're beating.
Yeah, and not conceding goals against them either.
So that's what I would class as a good start. I mean, me beating Liverpool is just I would say that's a Brucey bonus.
Yeah.
But beating the teams around you, we've got to be winning those games.
All right then, season number 1 with Tycoon Takeovers. Let's see how we do with these relegation predicted sides. Well, in the first season, you finished in 11th.
I'm pleased with that.
But I'm in 6th.
That's brilliant for you, yeah.
Lovely stuff. I am still in the job. Yes, I don't know why it's highlighted. I ain't lost it yet. Don't worry. My boys are there. I mean, I'm really annoyed because it doesn't look like I'd get European football just yet. I probably would still, but because United seems to have won the Europa League, that sort of thing hasn't been decided yet. As we said, we took players away from big clubs.
Yeah.
Palace, gone down. Wolves, gone down. Leicester, we didn't touch. They gone down anyway. Paul Ruud van Nistelrooy couldn't save them. But Ipswich Dad in 11th place. You said you wanted top half. You got 50 points in total. Looked like it was a bad end of the season.
Yeah.
A few draws in there. Even against like the 3 or 2 of the relegated sides, and then somebody else who's crap. You had did you beat Man? Yeah, you beat Man United, but they were prepping for the Europa League, you see. But I got in 6th there with 65 points, 15 points more, and I had a bad end of the season too.
God, blimey.
I mean, we pretty much played the same
You'd
clubs.
have definitely finished higher than Arsenal by just winning or drawing one of those games.
Yeah. I was only goal difference in behind them. In terms of the goals, none of ours other than Amin Ghouri there with 15. But I don't expect him too much there. Amin Ghouri's done really well because he's got the most player of the matches.
Yeah.
Hasn't got the highest average rating or anything. We don't have the most clean sheets in terms of the team statistics. We're not being shown there anyway, which we weren't really expected to. So what I'd like to see is past positions, because where you had a bit of a drop off. You went down to 13th at one point. I kind of just stayed there.
Yeah.
I was happy in between 6th and 4th the whole season. So, yeah, I'm really happy with that. I think it's a great first season for us in terms of that. Now, we're on Ipswich. Don't think you won any cups because it would obviously put you into Europe. But where did you end up? So, 5th place by Palace in the FA Cup. 4th round by Arsenal in the Carabao Cup.
Disappointed with that. I'd like to have gone a little bit further in one of them.
Yeah, especially getting knocked out by Palace. You got relegated.
Yeah.
You kind of think, oh, that's a shame. You can't see down here that Amin Ghouri seemed to have got you 15 goals in that he was basically your top scorer in all competitions. So that's a good sign for the new signing. My competitions: 5th round by Manchester United, 3rd round by Liverpool. 2 sides as Southampton I'd expect to lose against, obviously, despite finishing 5 points above Manchester United. Awoniyi also got 15 goals in the Premier League, so he would have been up there as well. He probably just played more minutes than Ghouri, which is why he doesn't show on the page. So, goals-wise, altogether, Brereton Diaz was actually my top scorer across the whole season. He obviously got a few goals in the Cup, but Kaladzic and Awoniyi both got 15. I'm not too displeased with that.
I'd be quite happy with that, yeah, for a season.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, they've worked well together by the looks of it. So
yeah. My fullback seemed to have got, my right-hand side, seemed to have got 10 assists each, which is really good. So that's a good sign going forward. My transfer budget, now we have put it that they will up the transfer budget for us every season, but we haven't controlled any of this. So this is all going to be a surprise as we go. 101 million. I dare say it's probably more than what Southampton will get if they did stay up.
100%, yeah.
So financially, we got 167 million pound in the bank. We also cleared all of the transfer debts, or the debts itself. I've created my own transfer debt from installments, but yeah, that's what we're looking at in terms of finances for Southampton. And in terms of you, Dad, let's look at the goals. 22 from Amin Ghouri throughout the whole season.
Yeah, pleased with that.
But after that, it's Omari Hutchinson with 8.
Yeah.
Because Delap only got 7.
I am so disappointed with that.
Yeah.
Because, he is a good, strong attacker. Well, I can only see him getting better, but he's definitely not getting better for me. I was a bit disappointed, really.
Yeah. I mean, I've gone out on record to suggest that Liam Delap, by the next World Cup, will be England's #1 striker.
Yeah. I've
seen enough of him to think, all right, in my opinion, I think he could be that Harry Kane main striker replacement. I don't think there's another young English striker right now that I think is better than Liam Delap.
I'll agree with you.
I'm impressed by it.
Yeah, definitely. But this season, we've watched him play each game this season, and he's just
strong, powerful.
He is a handful to any defence that he's played against so far.
Yeah, I think he just needs to get those silly misses out of the way.
Yeah.
There's ones where it's come across the box and he's stuck his foot out and he's not convicted into no, this isn't an easy chance. I still need to put it in the net.
Yeah.
Once he gets that out of the way, because all young strikers have that. They get complacent, go, oh, easy goal, oh, missed it.
Yeah.
I think once he gets that out of the way, I think he's going to be an even better striker than what we've seen already. Let's face it, a relegation scrap inside. He's doing very well.
Definitely,
But for you here, 7 goals, 5 assists.
Not good enough.
Not good enough at all. Transfer budget, though, for next season, 130. Look at your wage budget as well. Hang on. Have I buffed you more than I buffed me? What's going on here? You've got silly amounts of money. £216 million in the overall balance there. As you can see, no debts or loans. You actually got a mortgage loan. They've done something. They must be up in the stadium then, because I got rid of all the debts. But there we go. All right. Let's look at the points then. Actually, no. Let's see how do we get on against each other in terms of the points, because I got a point finishing high. We drew 2-2 there towards the end of the season. And in the earlier game, Southampton win 2-1, so that's 2 points there, which you haven't gained any in season number 1.
Yeah.
But we're building big squads here. Let's see what we do in season number 2. Season number 2 then, Dad. You had more money than me, and you spent it for sure.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I think you had a really good window.
Yeah.
Benjamin Šeško coming in from Leipzig for £43 million to kick things
I
off.
said I wasn't happy with the laps, so I've got a striker in. At 21, he's a good striker as well. So, yeah, I'm pleased with this one.
He's a bit of a beast,
Yeah.
for sure. That pace, acceleration, the strength. 6'4".
And he's that quick as well. Yeah, he's
Can be deadly. He's got 1 so far in 4, but he got 16 goals in the Bundesliga.
I mean, 43
season.
million, I think that's good for this class of striker.
Yeah, absolutely. Esri Konsa coming in from Aston Villa. That's a nice little signing.
Just to sort of like help my defence out a bit more. I think he's solid defender, I feel. So, yeah.
English as well.
Yeah.
Helps that quota. We got Miguel Gutierrez. I think that's your favourite left back. It has to be.
It probably is, yeah. I do like this guy. He does a good job for me, and I know I can put him in there and not have to worry about left back position. He's a good Premier League player, so yeah.
Which I'm surprised you spend that money because of Leif Davis being as good
I know,
as what he
but
is on the game.
you know, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Is sometimes I just feel I do like a strong defence, and I felt I was a little bit weak. He may not even be the first team left back. It's going to, it's a good fight between two, but if one of them gets injured, at least I know I've got as good backup. Yeah.
Rolando Mandragora, which I'm sure when you were looking at the player, you thought, I'm signing him because I know how to pronounce his name.
He's another good squad player. I
mean, I think he was in Harry Potter too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he probably is.
He's in the Chamber of Secrets, I'm sure of it.
I just feel this player is a good, solid DM for me.
Yeah.
He may not get in the first team, but he'll be there or thereabouts, and a definite good player. But if I get an injury there,
well, you were playing a narrow diamond, which is 4 players in midfield last season, which means there's 3 players or 3 positions in DM or centre midfield, and you kind of need a backup for every single one of them.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So it's not to say he wouldn't get utilised if he doesn't get into.
If you see the way I play, I do like to have probably in the region of about 4 or 5 good centre defenders.
Yeah.
And I will spend a lot of money on that sort of position, where and hopefully they'll play in both the positions, the centre midfield or a DM. So
yeah, Vanderson from Monaco at right back again, another good player.
Yes. So now I've just feel like I've got a good keeper in, I've got really good centre backs in. Now I've got a left back and a good right back in as well.
Very attacking.
So I've
your
made my
system last season needs better wing backs.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting anything from the wings.
No.
But in an hour diamond, you need those attacking wingers.
This guy
wing
did.
backs.
I mean, his crossing and dribbling is there for me straight away. So I can use him, and he's quick.
He does bomb forward, runs the ball down the right. Yeah. He's very attacking minded.
I think for that price, he's a good player to buy.
Yeah, it's a solid pickup. And then that was your transfer window as a whole. Did he tinker though? Of course he did. We went from a narrow diamond. We've now gone to the 4-3-3 with your famous DLF on support there.
Yeah,
which does kind of create a diamond anyway.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, and probably if you know me, whenever I'm in the Premier League, I always like to try and go to 3 up front.
Yeah.
I do find that the 3 up front in the Premier League is a very good tactic to play with. You score goals and you win the majority of your games. And I've got all 3 strikers that I wanted to be in.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it even better for me as well.
Yeah, 3 really good strikers there. Okay, let's have a look before we look at your schedule then. My transfer window. Now, I, for some reason, despite finishing in a European position, wasn't exactly attracting the same calibre of players as what Dad was, reputation-wise. I'm not quite sure. I brought in Mittelstadt. Good left back, I think. Obviously, he's kind of burst onto the scene at Stuttgart last season and for Germany. Very good attacking fullback. Of course, though, whenever I sign a new player, they always get injured in August.
Yeah, do, don't they?
Exactly the same here with Mittelstadt, who's done something to his hamstring. Dwight McNeil, though, was probably my biggest signing of the summer. £44 million for that defensive winger, and there's a good reason for it. 13 for tackling, the work rate's there, the teamwork's there. He's kind of very good in that role. With Everton flirting with the relegation zone, just missing out on missing out, is it?
Yeah.
Just avoiding relegation. I've got to pay him a lot of wages. He does not deserve 210 grand a week, but Dwight McNeil, nevertheless, is at the club. Now, Cameron Carter-Vickers, I was running out of money. Almost offensive to me, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was really.
Yeah. So you really didn't want me. Just like, I was the only one you could afford.
I needed a good backup to go in behind Harwood Bellis and Struijk. Cameron Carter-Vickers, I think, gives me that. Consistent, solid, just what I need. Then we got a couple of players for cheap. I've got Joshua Deutsch, who's a good left back. Backup, I think left back was probably my weakest position last season. I brought 2 in, so I think that's a good sign of things to come. Josh Deutsch, Scottish as well. Used to play at Hibs, went to Italy for a while. Now he's in the Premier League. And then we've got Kem Line from Union Berlin. Kind of a solid all-round midfielder who I don't expect to get into the first team, but to challenge, and I'm keeping it how it was last season. Now, I'm locking in a Wonyi. I almost sold him because he is wanted, and you can get quite a good price for him, about £50 million straight away. I was so tempted to sell him, but I think one more season, see how he does to me, and picks up some goals. Now, the reason why I've locked him in is because Brereton Diaz goes in, so a Wonyi in there. Kind of looking very similar in terms of the front 6 players, but with McNeil going in on that left-hand side. Mittelstadt goes on the left-hand side there. But we did finish in 5th place or 6th place. So I'm kind of expecting it to I've just added better players in, I think, my weakest position on that left-hand side. And I'm first in Premier League to start things off.
What more in there?
So, and I'm battering clubs as well.
Yeah, you're not
I
just winning, you're easily
clubs.
winning, yeah.
Bournemouth 4-0. I mean, that's a derby in itself.
Yeah.
Southampton, Bournemouth, they're very close to each other. 3-2 against Brentford. Good away win. 100%. We know how good Brentford are at home.
Brentford are very good at home.
But then I beat Newcastle 1-0. Dwight McNeil got an early goal. We survived and kept off the onslaught of Newcastle, kept a clean sheet, and then I went to Forest. And I got on Forest. Yeah. So, a great start. Of course, I'm in Europe. And who is welcoming me in Europe? The Rats of Rennes. How?
It's always against you, isn't it?
Remarkable, really, how many times they pop up.
Apart from losing that game, where else do you think you're going to be?
I think I should be able to go through this. Maybe even in the top 8. I think Milan's going to give me my trickiest game, of course.
And away to Rangers, I feel it's going to be an hard game.
Yeah, but I fancy my chance.
Apart from that and losing against friends, you should be all right.
Oh, God. Let's have a look at your schedule so far, Dad. It's not been as good for you.
No, I've had an awful start this season. 1 win. And that was in the cup.
Yeah.
So
no wins in the league, just 2 draws. West Ham 2-2. Liverpool away draw is good.
Yeah.
The lap got you an equaliser there. He also scored against West Ham in the 3-0 away win in the cup. But after that, it's been quite bad for you, really.
Yeah, and Chelsea gave me an absolute hammering as well, didn't they, really?
Yeah, Leeds coming up and getting the win with
They'll
your
be
home
well pleased
game.
with that, yeah.
Especially when you were 1-0 up, then they scored straight away, then you were 2-1 up, you give it away, really. And then Chelsea, 3-0 at home. A loss and a bad one as well.
I'm a bit worried, I must admit, but I'm going to keep faith with the tactic that I've put in there. I'm not going to change it, so I'm going to go for it.
All right, well, you did beat Rennes in a friendly.
Well, there you go. See, if I can beat them, then
pre-season friendly. So they're popping up all over the place. All right, season number 2 then. We're at very different ends of the table. Will it stay that way? Let's find out. Well, it switched. I mean, I'm still in the top half, but where did you come from?
Come through like a steam train, I did. Right through the lot of you.
Right into the Champions League as well.
City you, Chelsea you,
Fair
Spurs
play.
you, Villa.
Quite surprised Fulham went down.
Yeah.
Though. Well done, Dad.
I'm really pleased
74
with that.
points.
Yeah, really
Not bad
pleased
when
with
you,
that.
after 4 games, you had 2 points.
Yeah.
So in 34 games, you managed to pick
So
up
I only lost
72
I only
points.
lost 8 games in total after that. I'm really pleased with that.
Yeah, one of them was against me.
Ooh.
Get a point, at least. I get a point. We did draw against each other, which probably means you beat me in the other game. We can't see it, but maths, it had to be.
Yeah.
So Southampton, I'm down there in 10th, 50 points. stepped off massively from my 65 last season. In fact, I think you had 50 points last year. You did. So we've pretty much traded places, although you've got way more points. You even finished above Man City, Spurs, and Chelsea there. Yeah. So a really good season for yourself. In terms of the profile of the league, that's why you won it. Benjamin Sesko has come in. Erling Haaland's not even there. What happened to him? He's down in 7th. Even Rasmus Højlund had more than Rashford. I won you was 3rd. I won you got me 18.
Yeah.
But the Slovenian Benjamin Sesko.
Oh, look how good he's looking now.
And he's got a release clause of 86 million. Could somebody activate it? Because 34 goals. He also got the most man of the matches and had the highest average rating. Behind him, though, Liam Delap. Good sign. He's unhappy.
He's looking a little bit better as well now.
He wants a new deal. He's also wanted. Yeah,
good season for him. He's done him a world of good as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's good. Let's look at the past positions then and see how this happened. You had a very upward spiral. That is night and day, isn't it? That is unbelievable, really, how that's looking. Let's see. We're on Southampton. Did I win any cups? I don't think so. But where did I finish? 4th round by Middlesbrough. 3rd round by Man United. Knocked out the league phase.
Ooh, did he win? Ren's top of the league.
They lost 1. They lost 1.
How much? They definitely beat you.
2-1.
2-1. Oh, that's unlucky, isn't it?
Horrible.
That's so unlucky.
Dirty, stinking little rats. Rangers beat me as well, but Besiktas, Milan, AEK, I didn't have a good time.
No.
Draw away to Genk, ain't bad. And 2 wins. I had a cracking game against FC Twente, but that is poor. I'm not even
Did they go on and
out
win
of
it?
the league. No, Milan. Thankfully, Milan went up.
Make the fun of them.
Unlucky. My favourite Italian team as well.
Yeah, it is,
extra time still, but there we go. I'm happy with that. Right, Dad, you got Champions League football. Did you also win a cup? Hopefully not. Oh, quarter-final by Birmingham.
Oh, no, knocked out by Bournemouth. That's a bad result.
Bournemouth in the 4th round. But I think overall it's a cracking season.
Oh, I'm really pleased with that season. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
34 goals in 35 starts from Benjamin Sesko, 10 off the bench.
I mean, my 3 strikers are all up there, so that's what I want to see.
18 and 18, assisting each other as well. Even George Hurst come off the bench quite a lot, got 13. Hutchinson got 15 assists from that centre midfield.
They're 2 good strikers I've got there, sort of like who score goals for me. So I'm pleased with that. Sort of got a good squad, coming along now.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of the new signings as well, Harry Potter's mate Rolando, you got 4 goals, 7 assists. Had a good game, a good season average rating as well. So that was a good season for you. £99 million next season. Not as much as what you had previously. Still good though.
I think I only need probably about 2 players, 3 players, if that.
Yeah.
So that averages 30 million per player.
You know he won't just sign that. There'll be 4 goalies at least.
I could sell a couple more players and push that up to 120.
Yeah. Let's see then, Southampton, my squad. 20 goals from a 1 year. He's injured as well. Is it a bad one? Oh, no. Cruciate ligament. 4 to 7 months.
18th of May. So he missed the last couple of games.
Yeah.
Probably 1 game.
And he's going to miss basically up until Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, I need a new striker.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Brereton Diaz got 12. Samuel Edozie, who new signing, feels like a new signing. I hate that saying. But he was out on loan last year and had a good season at Anderlecht. So it does feel like a new signing when they come back.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
He got 10 goals and 7 assists. So he had a great time. Just 22 years of age. Where the hell did Dwight McNeil play most of his games then? Striker quite a lot of the time. I mean, all right. I would have really wanted that. I'd rather have played Cameron Archer there more than that. I think Cameron Archer's better suited to that. Kaladzic obviously didn't really have a good season at all. 6 goals. And Mittelstadt at the back only got 3 assists. Kind of a poor season, really.
Yeah.
Kind of a poor season. Only 50 million. What's happening here? Still got it in the foreground. Oh, I was hoping for a little bit more money than that. All right, let's have a look at the points then of season number 2. Season 2 points are Omega Luke with 1 and Omega Dad with 2, meaning the total points are Omega Luke with 3 and Omega Dad with 2. All right, season number 3. And Benjamin Sesko is at Liverpool.
The release clause and couldn't keep him. Bad news for me.
What's even worse though, Dad, is you haven't been able to spend it.
No.
Haven't been able to bring a replacement in.
I was trying to sign a few players and the signings just didn't go through, and before I knew it, the time had run out. So I left quite a lot of money in the bank, so I was a bit disappointed really. So I'm a bit worried now for next season because I've lost my best striker and I felt I could have done with a couple more players, especially losing my main striker as well. So I've just got to hope that the players I've bought in are going to be good enough for what I need.
Yeah. I mean, another £53 million went out. You sold the likes of Ben Johnson at right back. George Hurst went for another 17 million, so that's another striker.
Yeah, that's a bit worrying, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
I've lost two good strikers who scored quite a few goals last season for me.
Eduardo Bove, though, you have brought in now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Eduardo Bove can still play football. Obviously, he collapsed recently on the pitch.
Hope you're all right,
in the Fiorentina game, but yeah, hopefully he can come back. He's a cracking player, and on this he's even better.
And what I call the spine of my team. He plays in both positions, so he's very good. So I think it was a good sign for me. Yeah.
Højbjerg.
He's another one who he's a brilliant squad player, and he plays anywhere but goalkeeper and striker. And I've seen him try and play up front, and he's awful at that. So
yeah,
he's good at what he does, and that midfield area, he'll be a squad player more than anything for me. So for 17 million, I thought that was a good squad player to come in.
But these two though,
yeah, this guy is my main guy. I do like getting this guy in if I can. It just makes your defence so much stronger.
Cracking ball player.
Yeah, and he's only 21 as well. If you can afford this guy, you got to get him in.
Yeah, and then Erkan. Somebody told me how to pronounce it. It's actually Kokchu.
Is it?
Or, I probably still ain't got it right. I just say Kurchu because I don't want to get demonetized for saying some naughty words on this. But I will tell Renz to.
In those two positions there, the advanced playmaker and things like that, he's very good at, I feel. So I just feel I've got a really good midfield and defence now. I'm a bit worried because I haven't replaced my two strikers, so I'm sort of a bit like that for this season. But yeah, I've made my midfield and my centre defenders very, very strong now, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, you've still got the likes of Sami Smodic at the club.
Yeah,
not a bad striker, to be fair.
No, he's not.
I mean, Gori and Delap's still up there.
So I've still got a good three. But if any one of them gets injured, I feel I'm going to struggle.
Yeah.
And if I'm a bit like you get two injuries, I'm struggling then. I mean, this guy's a good Hutchinson. He's a good winger, and I think
he's more of a midfielder.
Going forward, yeah. So he'd be all right. I think with the two beside him, the one beside him, one behind him, he'd be all right.
Okay.
But I think my defence is solid now.
Yeah, your defence is really good.
Yeah.
Transformed all four players, and the goalkeeper is gone. Southampton then. What have I done? Well, as you can see, I have sold Ben Brereton Diaz, £41 million. He's gone to Saudi Arabia. Not to mention as well a couple of other players. Sasha Kaladzic has gone to Nottingham Forest for £27 million as well. But I did bring in a striker or two. Now, first off, I brought in Furuhashi for £24 million from Celtic. Likes beat the offside trap, fast, pacey, aggressive. Great off the ball, kind of a weapon in the Scottish leagues in scoring goals. He got 16 in the last 2 seasons, 27 in real life in the season before this. Hasn't scored for me just yet. Nuem Perez, though, from Brighton, £44 million. Obviously, they've signed him from Udinese for 28 the season before. I really rate this guy. Fantastic mentals and physicals. I do like this guy as well. Yeah. Really good defender. Young again. He's only 25, so great. Strengthens up my defence. Thiago Almeida, kind of a Football Manager legend, as it were. He never really lived up to what he can do in Football Manager in the previous seasons, but he's still good on this. 24, another Argentinian as well. Plays attacking midfield, plays on the wing, as well as Noah Lang. £56 million. Might have overpaid, Luke. Definitely overpaid, for sure. He don't look bothered at all.
He don't, does he?
No, he don't look buzzing to be on the South Coast.
And
Noah Lang has joined the club, but the final signing was actually my first signing because he was a free transfer. Jonathan David, the Canadian, plays naturally in 4 different positions, very well rounded as he plays up front or around there.
Feet as well,
yeah,
so
good
like
passing, breaks the offside trap. No really weaknesses, but he's not exactly strong at anything. But he's got 5 in 3.
Good start.
Yeah.
Hit the ground running.
Absolutely. So, tactically, I have changed it. I've changed it to my Feed the Beast, which very similar to what we were rocking previously. But now I've got, instead of 2 strikers, Thiago Almeida, who can go in there. Jonathan David, who can also go in there, depending on who goes up front. Which I'm kind of hoping it will be either Jonathan David and Furuhashi and allow Dwight McNeil to stay on the left. But there we go. And tactically, it has changed my side a little bit because we started the season winning 7-0. Very good indeed.
Yes.
Since then, it hasn't been amazing. 3-3 draw away, but it was a 95th minute winner. Well, 95th minute equaliser from former Saints captain James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah.
Troy didn't celebrate. Liverpool, we lost at home, 92nd minute after equalising the 89th. Really annoying. And we beat Gillingham 5-1. Up the Gills.
Up the Gills, yeah.
Now, let's have a look at Ipswich Town and your schedule. You've only lost one game. You've won the other two. You
Chelsea
beat
done me
Brentford
again.
and Leeds. But yeah, Chelsea, away from home.
At least I got
has
my own
done
back
you.
on Leeds.
Yeah, at Ellen Road as well.
Yeah.
Good result there. And a 4-1 against Brentford with some good
Yeah,
scorers
good
in
result
there.
again at their place, so yeah.
Champions
I'm pleased with that
League
start.
fixtures, Dad. What do you think of this?
Well, let's have a look. Real Madrid.
Manchester United,
Man
Real
U,
Madrid,
Leverkusen.
Dortmund. Ooh.
Bit too much for me, I think.
Too early to compete in this?
I think especially I'm playing a very attacking team, and I play this tactic for the Premier League. It doesn't usually do me very well in the Champions League,
No.
but I'm only interested in the Premier League. So having a draw like that, I don't think I'll qualify.
All right then. Well, season number 3 is underway. Let's see what happens. Well, you might have missed Shesko a little bit,
Yeah,
but still a 6th place finish, Dad.
I'm pleased with that. I've stayed in Europe, and this would be a better competition for me to be in as well.
The Europa League
Yes.
will be much better. Now, Southampton, I'm down in 10th place, but I've had a bad
Awful
end
finish,
of the
yeah.
season. We drew against each other, as you can see there, so that's one of the games against each other. What about the other one? Did I lose against you? I did.
Oh yes, get in.
3-1 at home. So not only do you win a point for that, but you also win a point for finishing above me in the league. Manchester City has won it. How many points did you get this season? 63. So dropped off from the 74 last
Yeah.
season by 11 points. That 74 would have got you again 4th place, as it did last season. Past positions, did you stay up there pretty much? Yeah, quite a lot of the season. I had my drop off again.
Not too bad. I'm pleased
Yeah,
with that.
we were close at one point, 7th and 8th, but yeah, I dropped off
Probably
too
can
much.
guess where I'll be spending a bit of money next season.
Oh, I wonder, because Benjamin Shesko has knocked in 18 goals for Liverpool. Not quite as much as what he did last season for you.
Erling Haaland's back again though.
Erling Haaland got 42. God, that is mental. Who's the manager? Carlo Ancelotti. What a shock.
Yeah.
What a shock. David Raya got the most clean sheets for Arsenal, but none of our players. Oh, no, Ramsdale's there with 12. So there we go. Murray Hutchinson also got 6 man of the matches for yourself, Dad. We're on Southampton. I haven't won any cups because there's nothing next to my name, unfortunately.
Semi-final and quarter-final by teams.
We're actually recording this on the day they're going to be playing against each other as
Yeah,
well in the Carabao Cup.
in the
so
quarter
we
cup,
don't know.
quarter-final, yeah.
We can't rip each other about who goes through because we're not quite sure.
I'm just
who's
going to be the
actually
same as
through
what
yet.
that one says. Quarter-final. Smooth
Yeah. Let's have a look, though, at Dad. How have you done? Obviously, we know you're already in the Europa League next season. Did you do well in the Champions League this year? No, but you won the... I would have played against you if I won that semi.
Yeah.
Which means you beat Manchester United in the final
Even
on
better.
penalties.
My favourite cup. Yes.
3 points there. Oh, I so wish I got to the final. That would have been nice, but there we go. 4th round by Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. Round of 16 in the Champions League.
I'm going to take that. Yeah, I'm going to take that. Against Milan as well. They're a good side into Milan, and so I'm going to take
Only
that.
on penalties?
Yeah, I took them all the way.
Wow. Knockout playoff round. You knocked out Sociedad 7-2 on aggregate, which meant in the league phase, 16th. Right in the middle. Lovely stuff. 3 losses against Man United. You beat in the final.
Yeah, it's got me all back on them.
Lost against Dortmund and Real Madrid. Drew against
That's a
Leverkusen.
good result.
Won the 4 you needed to win.
Yeah.
Got the job done. I think that's a fantastic season.
I'm
you've done.
really pleased with that, yeah.
Considering you lost your main
Good-
striker.
Yeah, good league position and got a cup of it as well, so
Yeah.
I'm pleased with that.
So, goals then. Liam Delap got 22, so he led the line well
Yeah.
across the season. Not amazing, nowhere near Shesko numbers, but still good. Amin Gori 15, 13, and 12.
That's a good sign for me. He will score goals, I've noticed
Yeah, he
that. When you
does,
get him
yeah.
in, he's a good goal scorer as well.
Your transfer budget next season, 87 million.
I thought it would have been more than that.
Well,
So I had
down
a
a
little
little
bit of
bit
a run in the Champions League.
yeah.
So, but all right, I'll take it.
Squad-wise, myself, Jonathan David got 17. Thiago Almeida got 10. Nothing really stands out, to be honest. The only player who did all right in terms of average rating was Tyler Dibbling, who only played 4 games off the bench and scored 2. You'd think with that type of rate, the assistant manager would want to play him more.
Yeah.
but clearly he did
He is
not.
a good young lad coming through.
He looks quality, doesn't he?
I really do enjoy watching him play.
Yeah, like a young Jack Grealish.
Well, he even rolls his socks down like Jack Grealish, doesn't he? But
Yeah.
the way he moves and he does everything seems to be like body movement, isn't it?
Yeah.
The ball stays dead still, body like that, and everybody's going like that, and he just whizzles through. I think he's a good player.
Enjoyable to watch.
He
The only
definitely is,
positive for Southampton
At
this
this
season, I think.
present part of the season, and the fans do like him. You can tell that as well.
Yeah. Transfer budget, £58 million. Not great. Let's look at the points. Season number 3 then, Omega Luke gets 0 points, and Omega Dad with his FA Cup win gets 5, meaning the total points going into season number 4 is Omega Luke with 3, and Omega Dad with 7. Okay, I've had a good window for once. I had a bad window previously, I admit that. That was a terrible window. But Furuhashi left, £25 million. Sugawara's left, £33 million. Carter Vickers, that experiment didn't work, £12 million. Let's look at a couple of the free transfers. For Sugawara, I brought in Pablo Maffeo. Very good right back. We actually watched him play live for Mallorca, and he's a quality player.
Yeah, he played well on the day as well.
Alan St. Maximin.
I do like this guy.
Yeah. He's scary when he dribbles at you, for sure.
I felt the only downside of this guy when we used to watch him at Newcastle was he very rarely released the ball. That simple pass and then go.
Yeah, the 1-2s.
He'd always want to take the next person on all the time instead of playing that 1-2. Right?
Yeah. Let's hope he doesn't do that in the Southampton chat. Anyway, the other players that I have brought in: Samu Omarodion, £48 million on my favourite striker. Now, I feel hard done by. People always go, oh, you can't sign him. You only signed him recently. I didn't. He started at the club and he didn't develop at all, so I had to sell him. So, I brought him into this. The redemption arc of Samu Omarodion. I felt like I didn't get to use him much in the last rebuild. He wasn't very good. So, here, he has developed. Look at that. And then he the only one. Simon Pafundi, £10 million. What a bargain for $10 million.
Yeah.
So he looks really good as well. And for Kyle Tomori at the back, I spent £40 million on him, but I think it's worth it. Bringing him back to the Premier League. He looks great. In his prime as well, 28. Fantastic player. So there we go. That's the signings that I have made. Tactically, changed it ever so slightly. Very similar lineup, but we've gone for ball winner and the DM in there. We've got a winger on the right, defensive winger on the left. If you look at the best 11, this is what it looks like, which is the reason why I nailed in Pafundi. I want him behind Samu Omarodion. That's the lineup that I want. Now, Tomori doesn't actually go in, which I don't mind too much, because those 3 centre-backs then are very good, as well as Harwood Bellis. You can also play at right back too.
I think with that as well,
good
with Walker Peters going to the left back.
Yeah.
He was your right back, wasn't he?
Yeah, he plays naturally on both.
Yeah,
he's very good.
That's why he's a good squad player to get in, really.
Normally you're always picking them up this season, aren't you?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
So, not today. Let's see then. Ipswich, you have brought in a couple of strikers, Dad.
Well,
you also sold a
it.
couple of players. I mean, Lee Davis going for £29 million. I can't believe that.
I had to sell a few players that people wanted, really. I needed a bit more money than I had, so I had to get rid of a couple of players. Maybe I didn't want to get rid of them, but someone else wanted them, so I got the money in.
Right, so let's look at the other signings first. You always sign an Arsenal player. There's Lucas Torreira.
So I didn't let you down.
Coming in on a free.
Good squad player. I feel for he would just... Anybody injuries, he's a good solid player. I mean, his aggression of 18 is so good.
Yeah.
You know, so I do like him as a player, really.
Yeah, okay. Then we've got Luka Verbrancic, £8.5 million.
Yeah, just another sort of squad player as well, bringing him in. I need my midfield to be absolutely solid.
Okay.
This could be a good season for me because...
You lack strikers.
I've got the strikers in that I wanted to get in, and this guy is one of them. So, yeah. You know he's going to score goals for you. He is really good. All right, he's coming to the end of his career, but for that type of money, I felt it was worth a gamble and bringing him in.
And then finally...
But this is the guy I spent my money on.
Evan Ferguson coming to the club.
21. He's a miss sometimes. You don't know which one of them you're going to get in FM because sometimes he can be good, sometimes he can be bad. By the looks of it, he's starting to get good, so I bought him in. Taking a chance. This guy will score goals for you, I feel. It's unfortunate this season he's having a bad season through injury and he's not getting into the team, but I'm hoping for me he'll do a job for me.
All right, well, sticking with the 4-3-3 now.
Yeah, I had a good season last season, so why would I change that?
Can't believe he hasn't tinkered. And nailing in Kirchu again.
Yes, I felt I wanted him in that position. He scored a lot of goals for me from that position last season, so I'd be silly to sort of not lock him in, really.
All right, but if we did pick best 11, Hutchinson actually goes in there, which isn't a bad option.
It's not a bad option, no, but I wouldn't have thought he would score more goals than what the other guy did, so...
Okay, but the rest of the team, you have built a very good team.
Yeah.
Very good team. And that's why, in the schedule, you are currently joint top. Second place, only on goal difference, and you've only conceded 2 goals.
Yeah.
Now, you haven't played any of like, the big
No.
clubs, but when you did in the Community Shield, you only lost on penalties.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm
Gory
pleased
got
with that.
yourself a hat-trick. 97th equaliser as well, which is quite
so
fun. You were
that's
actually 3-0 down.
Yeah.
What an entertaining Community Shield you had
Yeah.
in the Europa League this season, which could be really good for you, to be fair, after how well you did in the Champions League.
Yes, I would feel really disappointed if I don't at least get to the semi-final of this competition. So that looked to me look a breeze. I'll go through that.
Oh, a breeze.
A breeze.
He says, looking at Dortmund, Lazio, Sevilla,
Yeah.
and Lens.
I'm committing myself here with the team that I feel that I've got. I have got a good squad now.
Oh, there's a lot.
I mean, my defence is absolutely solid, but I've just improved my attacking force now.
Yeah,
they
you
are really good.
Okay, how have I done? Well, I'm currently 17th, so those signings have done not a lot. But I have played some tricky sides.
Yes.
Everybody knows.
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
away to Everton, it's an hard game.
Especially when Beto scores as well.
I didn't score until the Brighton game, but I did lose to Manchester City at home. They got Marcus Thuram and Erling Haaland, and Arsenal away. Even Martinelli scored 2 goals. I
There
don't
you
rate
go.
him at all. Now, Brighton, 3-1 away from home. That's kicked on my season. I'm already... I've won more games in the Cup than I have in the league. So that's good, but I've also beaten West Ham 1-0 through strikes, so probably a set piece. There we go. I just need a better season. Get me some European football for the final year. So season number 4. Let's see what happens. Oh, you've done really well.
3rd. I'm really pleased with that. I'm joint top though.
Wow.
I lost it on goal
On
difference.
goal difference.
Those 2 games. I mean, you look at the top 3 teams. We all lost silly games there, so I'm not going to say my 2 games were
Yeah.
goal differences cost me. Oh wow.
If only you had a better strike force.
They put me there. I'm going to take that. I've come
yeah,
top
you
of the
have
league. I've joined top of the league. What
Yeah.
can I say? I'm unfortunately though. One more point would have done it for me.
God, that is...
How many
what
games
a
did I draw?
Season. 7.
Identical to City. Look, they drew 7 and lost
Yeah.
7. I drew 7 and lost 7. The only difference
You also
is
conceded the exact same amount. They
Yes.
just scored more.
they just scored more goals than me. 9 more goals.
What a performance that was. I'm not in any of them, which meant you beat me twice.
Oh.
Oh dear, what a stinker I've had in my 12 losses there. Yeah, 4-1 and 2-1. Oh God, I almost feel bad. Well, kind of rooting for you there. Sammy got 17.
Just looking at that though, that tells you the difference. That Erling Haaland 36.
36.
Isaac closest with 19.
Yeah.
You can't compete with that, can you? That's why they
Unbelievable.
won the league on goal difference.
Carlo Ancelotti. But they also had Edison getting 15 clean sheets to your Meslier with 13. So
I mean,
that's
Ferguson's there as
difference.
9 as well. Behind.
Yeah. And
Not bad.
if you look at this, 7.45. Erling Haaland had an 8 average rating. 8.
I could have done with him having a bad season like he did 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I've also noticed is Gyökeres is signed for Man United. Oh, it's not.
Who's actually signed him,
When did
though?
Amarin got sacked after 1 season? So Zidane was there for 2 years.
All right.
Oh, I thought he would have signed because
Yeah.
of that. Unless he signed in that first season, which... No, that's the second season.
Go on then. On top of your head, I mean, you can't sign him in the Christmas transfer window. Do you reckon you'll sign him in the summer transfer window?
No.
You don't?
No. Do you know why?
Why?
There's only one striker in his system, and I don't think you can disregard how good Højlund could be in it. I
No, I
think
agree
if
with
they,
you.
because we're not going to have like mega money because of financial fair play, they're not going to allow us to spend that much money, and I think Ineos are quite tight anyway. I don't think they're going to give us loads to spend. So if you're looking at it, the positions that we're weakest in right now is the wing backs.
Yeah.
Maybe you need another centre-back. I mean, they're talking about how good Harry Maguire could be there. Then you've got, obviously, your 4 with Lenny Yoro, Harry Maguire, De Ligt, and Martinez. You probably still need another one to make sure you've got enough. Casemiro, if he goes, you probably need another DM next to Ugarte. Then maybe you're looking at, all right, if Rashford goes, you need to fill that attacking role with another attacking midfielder that goes in behind the striker to fit the system there.
Yeah.
So I think there's more positions that need looking at before you look at a striker, because Højlund, if you actually look at the goals he scores compared to the games where he doesn't score, when he scores, it's because people pass him.
Yeah. Oh, you said that last season a lot, didn't you?
Yeah.
No
the
one
amount of
passed
times
him,
you
yeah.
see him and he's like, oh,
Yeah.
and nobody's giving the ball. When
He's-
you
he's
give him
a
the
bit-
ball, he scores.
He's a bit like Haaland in Man City's first season, he gets himself in that position.
Yeah.
And City didn't first. I think it was the first half of the season. They didn't supply him, did they?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they changed their tactic to get that ball into him quickly.
Yeah.
And then he just went on a goal scoring route, then, didn't he?
Yeah.
And you, like you say there, he is good at that role, and he has started looking better.
His finishing ability is quality.
Oh yeah. You can't take that away from him.
And he presses well.
Yeah.
He does everything that Amorim wants a striker to do.
He's an hard-working striker.
Very much. Very unlike what people say Erling Haaland is like.
Yeah.
I think Gyökeres and Højlund, two very similar players.
Yeah, they probably
So
are,
it's pointless spending because he's going to cost 80 to 100 million.
100%.
I mean, he's got 60 goals in 60 games this season.
And you've already got that
this
player
year.
in your system
Yes,
already.
it's
So.
pointless. But if you could, then you would, wouldn't you?
Oh, 100%.
I think somebody like Arsenal should be looking at Gyökeres.
Yes.
Somebody who needs a striker.
Yeah, they do. They definitely need that striker, yeah.
But yeah, there we go. Anyway, enough of the real life talk. As much as I know you guys enjoy it.
Coventry missing him, though.
Oh yeah, you were top dad for a while. You were top for a while, second place as well. Oh, bloody hell.
What do you mean? I was top for what? I finished top. Joint top.
I
I'm going to take
survived
that for a
just.
season. I'm going to take that. That's what I was, at the beginning of this video, I did say that, and I was going to concentrate on the Premier League. I knew I wouldn't do so well in the European, especially the Champions League. I wasn't good enough to win that.
No.
But I was good enough to be where I am, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely.
That tactic in the Prem I always find works. If you get good midfielders and good strikers, you will get there or thereabouts.
Good defenders and a good goalie.
Yes. I didn't want to go through all of it, but I do build a good defence. I start from the back. I've got to get a good keeper in. I'm going to get a good keeper in. I'm
But
happy.
unless you get good staff and a good assistant manager, you probably won't stand a chance. All right, competitions for Southampton. Oh, quarterfinal.
Spurs done you again.
Too many semi-finals. That's my trouble. I'm getting to semi-finals and I'm not progressing past it.
Yeah.
We'll look at my squad now. I think 25 goals from Samuel Marodion. He's wanted already for 90 million. If you're coming in for that, I'll take it.
Just want to say that.
But already, look at Profundi. Considering I got him for 10 million, worth 123. He's had a good year in growth.
He was worth. Whoa.
Good year in growth.
He was definitely worth locking in, wasn't he?
Yeah.
What did he score? 14 goals.
14 goals. Didn't get a lot of statistics, but his value skyrocketed, and so did his ability and attributes. Dwight McNeil playing on the left-hand side, exactly where I wanted him to play, got 16 assists. That's
what you want.
That's what cost me last season, I think. He played up front too many games where I didn't really need him to. I loaned out Tyler Diblin, by the way, because he's not quite good enough to get into my first team. He's not done too bad at Middlesbrough there. 9 goals, 3 assists. My transfer budget, £68 million going into the final year. Ooh. Dad, let's have a look then. Did you manage to pick up a trophy? Did you manage to reclaim the FA Cup, maybe? Oh, you won the Europa League.
Get in. Well, I said I'll be disappointed if I didn't make the semi-final. Oh, I beat Benfica.
Amin Gori, Kamara and Evan Ferguson with the goals. Kind
Here
of
we
dominated them too, really,
Yeah.
looking at statistics. Atalanta, 7-1 in the semi-final.
That's not an easy game to go.
Not at all.
No.
They've been really good this season as well,
Yeah.
haven't they? Gasparini, what a man. Quarter-final, knocking out Freiburg, 6-3 there. Atalanta knocking out AZ
So I
Alkmaar.
was winning the games quite comfortably as well.
Oh, you went to hell.
Oh, and I come back
6-3.
as a winner.
Yeah, 3-3 in the away game. Then we got the knockout playoff round, which you didn't play in, which meant in the league phase, finished in the top 8.
Take that.
Lost 1 game to Sevilla. Hey, breezed through.
Yeah. I breezed through. I got to the final.
Yeah, you caught it and won
yeah.
it. Fair play. You beat Dortmund 4-1. 20. Oh, look at this. Strikers scoring goals.
All in the
Kirku
20s.
getting 15 and 19 assists.
I did say that. I'm glad I locked him in now.
Woo!
So not only did he score the goals for me, he set the goals up as well.
Yeah.
And all 3 strikers in the 20s. I've got to be happy with that.
Really good. Transfer
Definitely,
budget, £70 million, but the wage is huge, so you can spend a bit for sure. Oh, you had a great season there. Fair play to you. So far, I mean, points-wise, I don't think you're that far ahead of me. You are quite a bit. Leaps and bounds in terms of the squad that you've built compared to mine.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
All right, fair enough. All right, let's look at the points then, going into season number 5. Season number 4 points are Omega Luke with 2 and Omega Dad with 8, meaning the total points are Omega Luke with 5 and Omega Dad with 15. By the way, if you're wondering where I got 2 points, we breezed over it because we were too busy looking at the Europa League. I knocked Dad out of the Carabao Cup. 2-0.
I'm going to take that, though.
So am I. All right, to kick things off, season number 5. Sammy was a one-season wonder, and he's gone.
Yes.
£90 million, though.
Could that come back and bite you?
I mean, I've doubled his cost, really.
You've done well for the money for the team, but it's a big player to lose the team. Same as me when I lost the player to Liverpool, wasn't it?
Very true. But what about how you replace them? So he went out. There's a couple of other players who left as well, including Jonathan David, who went for £46 million. So just like I actually lost my main two strikers. 140 million pound between them, roughly. Who did I bring in instead? Now, Javi Guerra, 65 million pound for a very good centre midfielder. For my team, the best in my team now. I think it improves our side. But this one as well, Harvey Elliott, I don't know if he goes into the first team or not, but very well-rounded.
If you give him playing time, he does come through really well.
Yeah, he's just very skillful, good at a lot of different things. So I was happy to do that. When he was on the transfer list for 37 million. So I thought it was worth bringing him in. The rest of the signings, though, two strikers, Adam Hloschek, who can also play from the left-hand side. Used to be a bit of a wonder kid too. Quick, strong, 6'2". Not a bad player, but this is the one, Francesco Kamada. Everybody's talking about him in Milan. He's that youngster who scored the record amount of goals for Milan. I don't know how many it is, but he's only 19 in season number 5 on this database using the fminside.net. Look how good he is at 19.
Very good.
Jesus, only 2.5 star as well. So for Patreon members on patreon.com/MegaLukeGaming or the YouTube channel membership page where I give the save game file, maybe if you beat Southampton, have a look, see how good Kamada can become. Because right now, he's looking really good.
He's only
halfway.
He's going to become world class.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Hopefully within half a season. Now, he's scored 2 in 4 games for me. He cost me just short of £50 million. Will that be worth it? I don't know.
I think it's a good buy.
Yeah. Tactically, I've had to change it around. I've gone for this. Now, it's a bit of a 4-3-3. It's offset. We've got an attacking midfielder there. I'm nailing in Kamada, nailing in Javi Guerra in that centre midfield on attack. The reason why I bought him as well, he takes ball rest, moves to other channels, is the instructions I'm giving him, because if we're looking at the centre midfield on attack, which is one of my favourite roles in midfield, they get into the area quite a lot. He arrives late in the opponent's area.
You do like that, don't you?
I love that.
Yeah, you do.
Thomas Soucek.
Yeah.
And he's got 15 composure, 13 for finishing. Now,
Very
hopefully, Kamada scores more.
Yeah.
But I want to see Javi Guerra around that 15 to 20 goals mark. That will be like, okay, that experiment kind of worked. So that's the idea anyway. I'm even playing a covering ball playing defender in there to see if that does anything. We'll see. Dad, let's look at your transfer window. Quieter, but you didn't need it to be.
To be honest with you, I was struggling to find players that would improve the squad, not alone my first team, the squad. So a good freebie. I lost my reserve keeper.
Yeah.
So I spent all my money on one player, really.
Yeah. So Andrew coming as a backup goalkeeper, and you thought, well, if I then spend £6.25 million after 63 and then get a free transfer, I can get £69 million on the transfers in and give it a wink at the camera. Hey. You dirty old man. Xavi Simons, £63 million was the signature deal this summer. Good player.
Yes. He might get into my team, but he might not. But a good player to have in the squad, I felt. It's worth spending a lot of money on him. He's only 24 as well. If you take over my team, I feel you've got a world-class team here.
Yeah. Tactically, he's locked in this time.
Yes.
In the Kirchu role.
Yes.
What did the Turkish player do wrong?
He didn't do a lot wrong for me, really, did he? He scored a lot of goals for me. So it could be the bad decision for me. I might have just...
Yeah,
I wanted to play.
He would get in.
I feel I should have locked both of them in, to be honest with you. Looking at it now, Hutchinson, he's a good player.
He's really good.
Yeah, but I do feel that the other player that I was playing there, I was getting better results from him. He was scoring goals for me from that attacking area. So I don't know. I'm going to stick with what I've done.
All right.
I'm going to stick with what I've done. So yeah.
You're backing it.
I mean, my team I've got is such a good team. Will I be as good as last season? I don't think so. But I'd be disappointed if I'm not in the top 4.
Well, you started off weird because you drew 5-5 against Chelsea.
That's an improvement because I've lost last 2 seasons. I've lost against Chelsea right at the beginning, so that's an improvement. I feel.
You scored in the 87th minute. I think that would have made it 4-4. Then because they got 4 first half goals.
Yeah.
Then you what a half that was, but it was 4-3 at half time.
Yeah.
Then they scored in the 91st minute, thinking they've won it at 5-4, and then Vanderson gets a 97th minute 5-4. That was the opening day of the season. That's probably the game of the season.
Oh, 100%.
Like, imagine, you might as well go, well, we can't top that. No. So that's the best game we're going to see all year.
I mean, loads of goals and a an ending like that, you just think, oh, which way is it going to go? And all this, you
Yeah.
still finish the draw. So yeah, definitely.
You also played against Arsenal in the UEFA Super Cup, which means Arsenal won the Champions League.
Yes.
Is that why you're celebrating?
No.
See? I told you.
I was celebrating because I beat Arsenal.
you're like,
don't
yes!
give me that. Don't,
They won the Champions League.
I
Get
won a
in.
European Cup, and I've gone then and beat them. So Ipswich are the team, World Club team. We are the best team in the country, in the world now.
No, that's in
Europe.
UEFA, in Europe.
In Europe. So we're the best team in Europe. So
He
get
was
in it,
celebrating
Sage.
Arsenal in the Champions League. You
Yeah,
know
I'll
it,
tell you
I
what,
know
you
it.
set this up for me. I'll get so much dick off you
my
lot.
fault.
I'm not an Arsenal fan and never will be. Don't go saying to me, you're an Arsenal. I'm not.
That's not my fault.
Nope.
You were celebrating as I was saying, oh, Arsenal must have won the Champions League. That's
I was
exactly what I was
celebrating
saying.
because I beat them. You said
I
you
started
said
speaking about the result. Anyway, you lost to Man City 3-0.
what does it say there? Arsenal 0, Ipswich 1.
Wolves 2-2, bad result really.
Yes.
Got a 95th minute
Yeah, definitely,
equaliser. 2-0 against Nottingham Forest away from home. That's better than your stuffed Palace in the cup. Now we are playing next, so we haven't played against each other just yet. Your Champions League fixtures. Let's have a look at them. I need to do that. There we go. So Porto first, then PAOK. You got Rangers, Barcelona, and Ajax in the middle. Dortmund, Real Madrid. The final two. Quite a difficult run.
Yes, that's going to be a difficult one. I'd like to think that I can get into the knockout stages.
Then Southampton, with this tactic, doing all right. I've lost to Manchester United, but I am currently in second place. I beat Fulham 3-0. I beat Brighton 2-1. Lost to Chelsea in the cup, so I'm already out of one cup. That's annoying. But 5-2 against West Ham there. A great result with a lot of good different goal scorers. Okay, I'm not in Europe. I just need to win the FA Cup now, I guess. That's what I'm rooting for, because I'm 10 points behind now in season number 4.
And out of one cup already.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I really need to push on and try and get something. All right. Season number 5. Hopefully Dad gets sacked. Then that's minus 10 points. And I can win the Tycoon Takeover rebuild. Let's find out what happens. All right, final season. Dad, 5th place.
With that naughty number again.
69, you like to do that, didn't you? 65, so I was closer this time round. Didn't quite get there, but I was closer. That was a better season for me. Not quite as good as how you've done. Past positions then, so you kind of stepped up, got in there. Oh, that's annoying, because I was kind of there for a while. Dropped off, clawed it back. Never mind. Profile of the league. Erling Haaland got 36 again. Is it still
again, yeah.
Carlo? Yeah, he's ruining the Premier League for
Yeah.
us. Liam Delap got his 4th place there with 15. Surprising.
Yeah.
With the strikers that you've been signing.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Garner got 4th place in the average rating, and Amin Gori was also there too. Okay, competitions for Southampton.
Semi-final again. By your team.
Every single time. I think I've had a semi-final the last 4 years.
I think you have.
The last 4
I think
seasons.
United done you twice.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's have a look at Ipswich then. Did you cap it off with a win and anything? No. Man United also knocked you out in
Yeah.
both. Inter Milan, who I think was the team you lost against the last time.
It was in the Champions
In
League.
that round as well.
In that round, yeah, it was, yeah.
Deja vu.
6-5.
This time, 6-5.
I think it was by one goal last time.
It was penalties last time.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
penalties.
yeah, it was, yeah.
So 6-5 this time
Oh,
round.
well.
Never mind. Knockout player round. Hey, top 8. Look at that. Ipswich
do
Town.
well there.
Only behind the El Clasico.
And they were the two teams I had to play against as well, didn't I?
Above Arsenal.
Well, there you go. So some things are quite easy, aren't they?
Well, you had a very consistent season with them. You lost to Real Madrid.
All right, I'll take that.
Drew to Barcelona, the 2 teams above you.
That's not bad then, is it?
And
So
you
beat
won
everybody
6.
else.
Yeah, you beat Porto
Dortmund
in Porto
6-0.
6-0 and Dortmund 6-0.
Some good
Big
results,
results there.
Yeah. I do feel that tactic I play there with 3 up front, it's not strong enough in the Champions League, but it is strong enough in the Premier League.
Do you know right? I think it could be if you change the midfield.
Yeah.
The midfield roles, I think, is your weakness because you kind of know what to use up front.
Yeah.
But you always go midfield roles what you would play in real life.
Yeah, probably do, yeah.
Whereas on the game, it don't work that way.
I'm looking at that now, and I've started a new one now of still playing 3 up front, but playing 2 DMs.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If you played your 2 DM one,
That's my new tactic in my head that I've been trying out recently.
yeah, and I wouldn't be playing that role there. If it was me, I'd be doing that. Probably have
One ball winner.
One No, to be honest. I mean, the meta is kind of like this. People always go, oh, don't use the meta. But if you know it's good, then why wouldn't you use it? That's what annoys me.
We've just changed it to what I think I would play now then.
Yeah.
Do the best 11 in there now.
And
is it still the same players?
Yeah. I think that would be solid.
Yeah. In the Champions League, it'd probably be better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So whether it work in the Premier League, it's like that, innit? I would have to test that out a few times.
So I'll tell you what I'll do. I will load through this tactic and the other tactic that Dad used previously. And when I do the save game file, you'll have both tactics here at the top. So that if you do take over the save game file and you want to try out the tactic that Dad was using or try out this instead, then you can do. I think that's a nice little
The challenge,
tester for
isn't
you
it,
guys.
really, is you win the Premier League with that tactic.
Yeah, and win the Champions League.
And do better than I did in the Champions League, which is the last 16, isn't it? So
goals-wise then, quickly, 23 from Liam Delap. Evan Ferguson had a bad year, 15 and 13, really.
I'd expect more out of him, really. So
transfer budget, if you do take it over, is 88 million.
Good transfer budget there.
Yeah, not too bad. In terms of Southampton, if you were to take over my Saints side, Porto actually got 26 on loan. That's embarrassing, isn't it? In League One. Kamada got 16 and Javi Guerra got 16. I said, didn't I?
Yeah.
15 to 20, but I wanted Kamada to get more, which he failed to do. How did he only get 16 goals? He looks phenomenal.
You just know one more season, and then he's going to be that next season after that. He's going to be absolutely brilliant.
Profundi done quite well as well. Dwight McNeil got a good amount of assists. Transfer budget £78 million. So there you go. Let's look at the points one last time. Season number 5 then, Omega Luke got 0 points and Dad got 2 for beating him and finishing above, which means the total points are Omega Luke with 5 and Omega Dad with 17. 17 to 5, Dad. Absolutely batter me, but I really enjoyed this one because
it was a good one, yeah.
It was a test to take the two of the worst clubs and see how far we could go with them.
Yeah.
And I actually enjoyed seeing how close you got to winning it because you did build a fantastic team.
Yeah, I think that was the difference between the two of us, really, was the team that I was able to build it. They were just, my defence I just felt was so good.
Yeah.
I was lucky I got the right players at the right time, because sometimes you miss out on them and then next season you go, they're just where do you league? Yeah. They have a good season and then you can't afford them. I picked them up at the right time.
I agree. Yeah. Fair play. Right. Thank you very much for watching. Really do appreciate it. As always, we hope you all have a fantastic Christmas and a new year. And we can hope for a really good FM25. That's going to be on my
Thanks
Christmas
for all your
wish
support
list
as well.
Absolutely. It's been a cracking year. Really do appreciate it. On screen right now, you can see the Youth to Gold compilation, the full movie. Give it a watch over the Christmas period if you've got a few hours. I promise you'll enjoy it. And of course, make sure you are subscribed to find more rebuild videos. See you soon.
Merry Christmas.